Good morning, folks. Classy people, how y'all doing? It's Saturday morning, just sitting here in the studio having a cup of coffee early on a Saturday morning before the races start, and we're just poking around, and we looked at the Shuvee stakes tomorrow, which is Sunday up there at Saratoga, and we said, you know what, there's some interesting prospects in there, so we're going to take a peek at the Shuvee stakes, grade 3, I believe, for 200,000 going a mile and the eighth, and I believe it's a field of 7. But before we dial right into this, let's say do this for us. Please subscribe to our channel. We could use your support each and every time. Ring the bell so you can get notified when we do one of these videos. Every weekend we do major races throughout the nation, as you well know. We do it free of charge, zero money down. We love doing it. The only thing we ask you to do is support us any way that you can by watching our videos, watching the ads, which drive revenue to our channel for our data sets, upgrading our studios, and of course doing our donation PayPal button. And of course, if you want to buy a Speed King shirt, email us at speedking24@yahoo.com, speedking24@yahoo.com. So again, you know, we were sitting here doing a little work. Most of the work is done for the weekend. Actually, all of it is done. And we realized we didn't do the Shuvee stakes tomorrow. It's a fairly nice field of horses here. I mean, you know, we all know the characters in this race, a field of 7 from top to bottom. Chad Brown has 3. He's trying to circle the wagons once again. He has the favorite in here, Dunbar Road, the number 4 horse at 2-1. And on the bottom, he has Royal Flag at 5-2. So Chad has the favorite and the co-favorite in here. And he's got a really, I don't know, a horse, the number 2, Gold Spirit, who I can't quite get my arms around and see what he is. You know, so I don't know what to do with the number 2 horse. But anyway, it's a field of 7. Looks like the favorite is vulnerable, if you ask me, Dunbar Road. But let's take a peek at it and see what's going on. Billy Mott has 2 in here, of course, Horologist and Antoinette. But the number 1, Horologist, has 23 starts, 8 wins, 2 seconds, and 4 thirds for 787,000 shekels, right? By gemologists, by the way. And Billy Mott picked this horse up last year around July, and the horse for Richard Balta's group. And I've always liked Horologist. I've cashed quite a few tickets on this horse, none bigger than the one in the Molly Pitcher, the first time that Billy had this horse down at Monmouth Park at 7-2 with Joey B up. And Horologist last raced on the 26th of June at Thistle Downs. I bet Horologist this day at 9-5, and for some reason this horse was covered up, broke nicely, and Crystal Ball was in the race, and I mean, the horse was just boxed on the rail, and Joey B didn't try to pull her out at all. Crystal Ball got the jump on him, and that was the end of that. Now I would say this, when we get down to Crystal Ball, the number 6 horse, that day, Horologist was carrying 122 pounds, and Crystal Ball was carrying 118. So Horologist was spotting him 4 pounds around 2 turns, and you know how I feel about weight over distance. That's when it matters to me. And today in this race, Horologist is carrying the same 122, but the difference is Crystal Ball is carrying 124. So from the last race, Crystal Ball had 118, Horologist had 122. That's a 6-pound weight shift. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's huge. That's significant to me. Crystal Ball is 4-1. But we'll talk about him when we get down to him, which is the number 6. But back to Horologist. The last race at Thistle Downs, I mean, I don't think you ever gave the horse a chance to run. Joey B had this horse covered up down the backside. And eventually went 5 wide into the turn. And by that time, Crystal Ball was just absolutely gone. But I mean, Horologist used to be really, really good. I mean, came out this year in April 10th as a 5-year-old in an overnight stake race and won it. And the last 2 races that this horse ran, again, the one at Thistle Downs and then the one at Pimlico, you know, just didn't fire at all. Maybe Horologist isn't as good as he used to be, or as good as she used to be back there last year, October and July in the Molly picture of last year. But I mean, she is 8-1 on the morning line, and I mean, I'm willing to give her a chance at 8-1 in this field. Junior is up on the horse, the regular Billy Mott rider, Junior Alvarez. So again, I kind of have a little weakness for Horologist. Give her one more chance coming out of that Thistle Downs race on June 26th. So 8-1 is a pretty square price, and maybe she can pull out one of her good races 4 or 5 back, because her numbers was really good when Billy took over this horse you know, first 3 starts or something like that, and won graded stake races, or won the Beldame Stakes, which was very nice, and actually beat Dunbar Road, who is Chad Brown horse. And you know, last year in Keeneland, Horologist was in against Monomore Girl in the Distaff in the Breeders' Cup, and Valance, you know, that's a real nice horse. I think Todd Pletcher trained Valance, and again Dunbar Road. So Horologist, there's some upside. She's coming off of a bad race. I like that, particularly with mares and fillies. I don't like to bet them off their top race. I like to bet them off of an off race, and you're more likely to get one of their better races. So that's what I'm looking to do here. The number 2 horse, like I said, is another one of 3 Chad Brown's runners. Gold Spirit. Gold Spirit is 13 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, and 2/3, only for $59,000. So of course she's been running in cheaper company, coming over from Chile. It looks like, you know, this is a Chilean bred, and I'm not quite sure what this horse was, you know, or is. I know she ran against the Mel last time and got crushed. But the previous races, this horse has won by 9 and 10 lengths, and you know, horse is in the money. So not sure what the number 2 is. Gold Spirit is 6-1 or 8-1 on the morning line. It is Chad Brown. We're getting a chance to see this horse the first time in the stakes, so it's a kind of interesting spot, and is the X factor in here to me, the number 2. Gold Spirit. So, I mean, if you're using tries and exactas, I surely wouldn't leave the number 2 off, just from an unknown perspective, off of my ticket. So, I don't like her in a win spot here. And the number 3 horse, Liberty MD. Well, Liberty MD only has 2 starts, but here's the thing. Liberty MD has 2 wins. 30-1 on the morning line. She's by Constitution. It's Ian Wilkes' horse. She's very speedy, the number 3 horse, Liberty MD. I mean, I don't particularly have a problem with her. Speed figures are, you know, I guess they're fair. A horse only has 2 starts. He ran a nice speed number, and then a second one is getting 52 days of rest off of that race. I mean, she would have to step up tremendously, Liberty MD, to beat the likes of Dunbar Roads and Horologists and Royal Flag and Crystal Ball and Antoinette, the Billy Mott horse. So I'm not sure what to do with number 3 horse, other than I guess she could go get the wire, but she's 30-1 on the line. I'm going to take a wait and see approach on her, and I'm going to throw the number 3 horse off the ticket. Well, here's your favorite in the race, the number 4 horse, a Chad Brown runner, Dunbar Road. I mean, this horse really never panned out the way that I thought. This was one of my stable horses, actually, as a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. You know, she was really good back there. She got some awesome speed figures as a 2-year-old, and no, as a 3-year-old. But, you know, she just never really, like, kept going or improving. So they're betting her, I guess, on her previous form, or make her morning line on her previous form. This is her 2nd start as a 5-year-old. Ran April 30th at Churchill. So she's been unsighted for the last 80-some days. 80-some days, yeah. You know, something like that. Her last speed figure is suspect. She was in against She Dares the Devil, Enfoutant, and Fine Night, and she ran 5th by 4. So I'm not quite sure why Dunbar Road is 2-1. I'm not willing to take her in this spot at all. I mean, it's her 2nd race as a 5-year-old, but I mean, you know, her speed figure is very weak in that race. having been away since November, coming back in April, I wouldn't expect to see. I mean, she was in against She Dares the Devil and Envoutante, but I would expect a better number than that. And I don't particularly dislike Dunbar Road, but I'm not going to bet her here at 2-1. That's for sure. Chad Brown or no Chad Brown. And the number 5 horse, Antoinette, of course, is trained by the Hall of Famer. That's right, my guy, Billy Mott. Yeah, Mr. Mott. And owned by Godolphin and Godolphin, you know, owner, breeder, Godolphin. Horses by Hard Spun. I'm not going to say this, but Godolphin promised me a jacket 20 years ago. I was up at the Breeders' Cup at Belmont. That's the Breeders' Cup where Tis Now won the second classic. And they promised me a jacket, and I still haven't gotten, but I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, this is Antoinette is a very, very nice filly, 4-year-old, 13 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, and 4 thirds. And of course, this horse really prefers the grass. But I mean, it's Billy Mott. I don't have any issues against this horse at all. And this is actually probably going to be my second choice in the race here. And we talked about Crystal Ball coming out of the race, beating Horologist last time. There's a 6-pound weight shift there. She is outside. Speed figures is a little suspect. And it's Mr. Brisson horse, 7 starts, 4 wins. You can't knock that. But they're going to bet Crystal Ball. And I thought if somebody had to make a morning line favorite, that it would be Crystal Ball. But that 6-pound weight shift between Horologist and Crystal Ball, to me, is huge. So I don't like Crystal Ball, particularly in the win spot here. And again, Chad Brown's last horse, Royal Flag. Well, Royal Flag, 9 start, 4 win, darn near 50% wins. And this is her second start off of a layoff, making a 5-year-old second start. Does have about 100 days rest. So I expect Royal Flag to run a huge, huge race here. I really do. So overall, the favorite and the 3 Chad Brown horses. Chad got the favorite and co-favorite in here. I like Horologist. I'm going to give her a shot in this spot. And I'm going to have Billy Mott's number 5 horse second. And I'll use the number 7 horse Royal Flag third. All right. So there it is. There's our thing. We like Horologist, 8-1. Very good value. Billy Mott, Antoinette is 4-1. And of course, Royal Flag is the co-favorite behind Dunbar. That'll be our third choice, Royal Flag. So we like the 1, 5, and 7 in that order. In your Shuvee stakes tomorrow, Saratoga, 9th race. Have a good day, folks. There it is. Speaking. Talk to you later. Stay classy in all you do. If those people go low, stay high. Enjoy your weekend. Remember to always have some fun. That's what racing's all about. Talk to you.